Abraham. I've noticed that when I do my alignment techniques and processes, a byproduct of that is I feel that my cells, there's a sensation of a tingling sensation throughout my cells of my body. So my body sort of lights up. Even when I am feeling a negative emotion, if I bring my focus inward with the intention of alignment, the negative emotion drops and the tingling sensation just kicks in. So I'm taking that tingling sensation as a manifestation, similar to like an emotion is a manifestation, but I'm taking this tingling sensation as a more physical, visceral manifestation in its own right. And you had told us not to take score because taking score could, if we see the lack of something, it could introduce resistance. But when I take score in this sense, if the sensations are there, I know I'm in alignment. But if they're not there, I know what to do, get into alignment. So I'd like your perspective and comments on this. Thank you. Much love.
It's interesting because you are taking score that this thought feels less good than this thought. So that is utilizing guidance is awareness. The comparison of this and that is always, in essence, taking score. But what we specifically mean, maybe there are better ways to say it, when we're talking about taking score, we're talking about how close am I to what I want, or how far away from what I want am I? In other words, when people get specific about, like, I wanted to have $100,000 in the bank account and I only have $50,000. That awareness to where they are in relationship to where they want to be doesn't cause improvement. It holds them further apart from what they are wanting. And so what you are hitting on here is a very interesting thing. Taking score of feelings gets a lot more done than taking score of results. Evaluating how I feel is really a good thing to be aware of. That's utilizing your guidance system. Feel the difference between, you look at your gas gauge and it says it's on empty. And you take score and then you fill up. It's really the point of a guidance system, isn't it? That when you're emptied out of something that you want, then you go get more of it. So if we're talking about feelings, it's easier to recognize that it's time to refuel, and actually easier to refuel than if you get carried away and, well, someone else drove my car and they ran it out of gas and my wife took it. She should have filled it up. It had half a tank when I took it last, and this car doesn't have a very big gas gauge on it, and I'm not sure that this gas gauge really is accurate anyway. Now you're off in the weeds. Again, it isn't that we want to turn everything that we're talking about here today to the gravitational pull, but in a sense we do. We want to take this, we want you to be aware of what your point of attraction is. How are you presenting yourself? So many of you sent, especially in the written emails that came, you sent questions about how can I get this that I don't have, and how can I get this that I don't have, and how can I get this that I don't have, and how can I get this that I don't have, and how can I get this that I don't have? And even in the writing of one email, so many of you were overwhelming your vibrational field of attraction with what I don't want, what I don't want, what I don't want. And we know that is the nature of a question, isn't it? That's the nature of, well, I don't feel good and I want to feel good. But we're asking you to practice in the hours and days that follow this broadcast and see if you can't find a faster route to feeling good. Everything that you want, more money, a lover, a different house, a different job, everything that you want, every time, is because you believe that you will feel better when you get there. And what we're saying to you is that the path of least resistance is to find the feeling, and then the other things will follow. The feeling is easier to isolate than all of the details that you think you need to get lined up in order to get what you want.